Welcome back to the Starr Personal Finance Show. Thank you all for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about a different credit union. We're going to talk about Delta Community Credit Union. This was a request from one of my subscribers. I hope they're a subscriber. I don't know for sure, but they left a comment on one of my Navy Fed videos, one of my most recent Navy Fed videos. And they said, can you do a review on Delta Credit Union credit cards? Thank you. So Anthony Bussey 1040, yes, I am going to do your video today. So guys, if you want me to also review a credit union that I have not talked about on this channel, please leave me a comment on this video and I will be glad to go over the data points with you. So with that being said, let's get started today. All right, guys, so we got Delta Community Credit Union. So Delta Community Credit Union is located in Atlanta. So they are proudly serving Metro Atlanta since 1940, now offering personal business banking in 20 counties. So I did do some research and found out that this credit union was for the Delta Airline employees. Still is, but also the community can now join. So this is a community credit union. So you do not have to work for the airlines in order to join. Now, they do have some county eligibility. I'm not going to go over all that because this video will be super long and I don't want it to be super long. So if you are interested, make sure that you do go to their page for your eligibility to find out if you are eligible to be able to join this credit union. And right there, they have a lot of Metro Atlanta counties. So if you are in one of these counties, and if you're interested in joining this credit union, please check them out. All right, so we're going to go back to the home screen. So it looks like they already have some good offerings just on the home page. New member checking offer. You can earn $250 when you join and open a new checking account with qualifying transactions. So you got to establish and complete a direct deposit totaling $1,000 or more to a new checking account. Make at least 10 Visa debit card purchase for 90 days of opening the account. And accounts remain in good standing. Once all requirements are completed, we're depositing $250 bonus into your new checking account within 60 days. So it says for a limited time, new members who open both a savings and checking between March 1st and June 30th can earn this $250 bonus. So if you are eligible to become a member, this might be something that you're interested in. I am all about getting free money, and $1,000 is not a big deposit, and doing 10 debit card purchases is not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You can get that done. They also have a nearest Delta branch link right here. So they got a lot of locations, it seems like, especially if you're in that area. So that's good. You always want to make sure that you are able to get your money when you need your money. So that's a good thing. All right, so we're going to go back again to the home screen. And so I'm going to go ahead and look at the personal. And as this homepage say, they do also have business. Now, I may touch on it a little bit, but this business part probably could be a video on its own. You guys let me know if you want me to do a separate video to go over the business things if you are interested in, or if you are already a member of this credit union. All right, so we looked at checking. They do have savings. All credit unions have savings. That's what makes you a member. Always remember that. So you'll always have to have a savings with them. Certificates of deposit, digital banking, and Zelle. So the person that left me the comments want me to look at their credit cards. So let's look at the credit cards that they have right now. So first off is the Visa Platinum Rewards credit card. Earn 10,000 bonus points. Enjoy the spending power of Delta Community Visa Platinum Rewards credit card with no annual fee, contactless technology, a wide range of rewards choose from, plus up to 10,000 reward points as a head start. All right, so variable APR 13.25 to 17.25, which is good. I think all Navy Fed is 18%. The highest APR is 18%. So I'm pretty sure a lot of credit unions are going to try to be under that 18%. So that's not a surprise there. Okay, no annual fee. Welcome bonus when you spend $2,500 in the first days of opening up the account. All right, so they have we already know about the low interest. We already know about no annual fee. We know about the technology, automatic enrollment in our rewards points. The bonus, 1.5% cash back for balances transferred within the first 90 days of opening. This credit card can go up to a $50,000 limit, depending on your credit worthiness. Securely make purchases with the mobile payments and the credit card management tool. They do have a card management tool. So basically, you can turn the card on and off, put travel notices on, report if it's lost or stolen. You can do all that within the app. So that's really good as well. So this probably right here is like on the high end tier of credit cards, platinum cards that go all the way up to 50,000. You're not having to secure it with your own money. I would say, just based off just my experience with credit unions, working in them, reviewing them and that kind of thing, you're probably going to have at least a 680 or above, in my opinion, just because this is, up to 50,000. I would say at least a 680. If you don't have a 680 and say you just joined this credit union, I would say that you definitely would want to have an established relationship with them. I'm talking about direct deposit. I'm talking about using your debit card. You see, with the checking account that they're offering, they want you to use your debit card 10 times. They want your checking account to be in good standing just to get the bonus. So you want to do all the things. Like I was telling you guys on my Navy Federal video about the limit increases, a lot of the stuff that they are looking for in their members is right there on these screens, So whatever they're talking about, that's what you need to be looking at to know what kind of member are they looking for to be able to give you some of these credit products that they offer. So I would say definitely make sure that if your credit is not stellar, then you may have to wait longer than 90 days. You may have to wait 6 months. You may have to wait up to a year until you could get some things looking better on your credit report, making yourself look more favorable, making yourself look like you are credit ready and you are ready to pull the trigger on a good credit card with them. So they do have a comparison where they compare themselves to, some of the bigger banks when it comes down to APR. So Regions, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, and Truist. We all know that the big banks have the highest APR if you're carrying a balance. Now, if you're not carrying a balance, these do not matter, even if it's the lowest right here with Delta Community Credit Union. If you're not carrying a balance, which everybody should strive to not do, because you're just throwing away money, you're giving the banks interest. You don't want to do that. That's money that you need, right? So if you are carrying a balance, of course, you want the lowest APR, but we encourage on this channel to not carry a balance. Pay off everything that you use. Do not spend more than you could afford to pay back. If you are using your credit card to pay like your regular bills, like you might have those things automatically drafted to get points, you want to make sure that you use the money that you already have coming out your paycheck or however you get paid to pay those things back off like you normally would if you did not have it on your credit card. So that's just, my 2 cents to make sure you guys don't get yourself in no situation, and I'm gonna get you in no situation. These credit cards, they can be fun, but they can also be a crippling debt if you're not very careful. Okay, so let's look at the Visa Signature credit card. So this is the Visa Signature credit card. Now, see, I don't know. Now, since I'm looking at this one might be their more high-end card, because usually the Visa Signature cards, is usually the highest tier card, and then the Platinum would be under this one. And the reason why I say that is because of the bonus, 15,000 bonus rewards points, right? Also, you got to spend more. You got to spend 3,500 in 90 days to get this one. Now the APR is higher on this one, so 15.25 to 19.25. So that's high. Considering that the Navy Federal flagship card goes up to 18%, so that's high. Okay. 1.5 reward points for every $1 spent. Eligible purchases, that's equivalent to 1.5 cash back. Okay, so their credit line on this card is from 5,000 to 50,000. So that's what made me think that this is their higher tier card, because it looks like it started at 5,000 up to 50,000. So we already know that 50,000 is probably their hard stop as far as how much you can get with a limit. Now I doubt if it's 50,000 per card. Say if you had two cards, it could be. I don't know for sure. It could be, but I seriously doubt it unless you really got some great credit. Like I'm talking about, like you probably in the 800 club, don't have anything on your credit report, long payment, good payment history, all the things, all the boxes checked. So yeah, so credit lines starting like let's say from 5,000 to 50,000. So it just made me say, just with the wording that I think it started is 5,000. Okay. And they do have the rewards points program. I'm not going to go over all of that stuff. You basically want to know what's the deal with the credit cards. The minimum balance transfer amount is 500. And I did see that on the other credit card as well. Now I wonder, do they have a secure card? So you got the Visa signature card, which they list that one first, and the 10,000 points when you open up the Visa rewards credit card. So I do not see where they have a secure option. Make sure I have not missed anything. Let me see. Oh no, that just say Visa secure. So I don't see where they, sometimes they may put the secure cards kind of lower than the big, their big cards, their cards that has the for the people with the best credit. They may do that. So it's saying credit lines from 500 to 50,000. So I'm thinking that platinum card is the one that'll start at 500, and that Visa signature card start at 5,000. That's what it appears to be. Either way, even if you got the signature card, it's still a lower rate than what the big banks are doing right now, depending on your credit worthiness. It's still a better option because this one's what, 19.25. Let me see, do they got that same comparison table? No, they don't. Let me see, they did. Let me see, I know they had it under the platinum. So yeah, I mean, these are starting at 16, 17, 18, 18, 18, all the way up to 27, 28, just depending on what your credit worthiness is. If you are one of those big bank customers, I always tell you guys to make sure, even if you have one of the big banks as your primary bank, to make sure that you also have a credit union of some sort, or credit unions of some sort. I know a lot of people that saw me on the club, what is it, 850 Club Credit over there with Russell. Calvin Russell. I'm sorry, Calvin Russell. A lot of you guys that's how you found me from like 3 years ago. So I was talking about how I had a credit union where I, use for my cars whenever I want to get a car, because they have the best car interest rates. Just different credit unions that I use for different things, because all the credit unions don't offer the same things. Some things you may find cheaper over here, some things you may find better over here. So you just have to do your research to see which credit union is the best for you. And I did do a video, if you do need help with that, I did do a video about a year or so ago, talking about how to pick the best credit unions and what are credit unions. So a lot of times you don't even know what a credit union is, right? So in that video, I do talk about that, and I will link it so you all will see that information. So I want to look at their loans. I want to look at their personal loans. How about that? Let's go to the personal loans. Here we go. So personal loan and personal line of credit. So they do have that. They do offer those products. So you can get a personal line of credit up to 20,000 credit worthiness. Based on your credit worthiness and ability to repay, you can use it for anything you like. You can use it for anything you like. They also have holiday loans, fixed rate personal loans offered during the months of November and December. Let's see what their personal loans, when you click in here, what does it tell you? So you got the flexibility of personal loan. You can finance the things that are most important to you right now. You use your personal loan for debt consolidation, a dream vacation, financing home upgrades, or to cover education expenses. In most cases, your funds are deposited into your checking account the next day. All right. So no annual fee, competitive interest rates, a variety of payment options, fast and easy approval. So we're talking about the terms right here. Terms is up to 12 months. The APR could be as low as 8.75 to 17.5, 24, 9 to 17.75, 36 months. We're looking at 9.25 to 17.75, 48 months. You're looking at 9.5 to 17.75, and up to 5 years, 60 months. You're looking at 9.75 to 17.75. So it looks like the 17.75 is their hard stop. They also have an example. So payment example, a $1,000 loan at 8.75 for 12 months will have a monthly payment of $87.35, just to give you a a rough figure in your head about what it could be. So late payment for consumer loans, those type of things we already know. I would like to know what is the highest amount that would go up to in a personal loan. I thought I seen somewhere when I was researching this, I thought I saw 50,000 somewhere, but I might have been looking at the credit cards when I saw that. But they personal line of credit, they do say 20,000. Now, usually when you get a personal line of credit, and it could be anywhere from 12.25 to 17.5, whenever you get the personal line of credit, Sonny, you already know you got some good credit. We talking about probably over 740 if I had to guess, with all the things, excuse me. All right, guys. Sorry, y'all, the pollen is messing with me. All right. So yeah, all the things, all the boxes checks, all the T's, and crossed and I's are dotted whenever we're talking about personal lines of credit. But they don't say, I haven't seen where they say how much they do for their personal loans. May have to do some more research on that and see if they have it somewhere in their fine print somewhere. Because a lot of times, what they say, the devil is in the details. Sometimes you got to dig into some of their articles and all kind of stuff that they have on their website. Okay, guys. So this is a full credit union. I do not see where they do mortgages. I don't see mortgages on here. I do see insurance, auto, homeowners. Usually credit unions have the best and low. They have really good insurance. Let me see. Okay, so the loans overview. So they do have, it says fixed rate mortgage. So they do have mortgages. Yeah, so they do like home loans, home loan refinance, home equity loans, home equity line of credits, land lot loan. So they do have, so this is, yeah, this, I would have been surprised if they did not have home loans, considering they have business, that would have been weird to me if they didn't have home loans. But again, it was just over here. I just didn't see it. So you had to literally click on loans, or here it is right here in my face. I can't see. Got my glasses on and still can't see. So home loans right there. My goodness, Starr. All right. What they looking like on the car loans? Let's see. No application fee, easy online application, affordable payment options, no prepayment penalties, simple electronic closing process. So a lot of these things now, they're really trying to make these the process a whole lot easier for people to do car loans now. It's not as strenuous as it used to be. A lot of things right now, like I said, is online, electronic closing for your car loan and stuff. So here's some rates if you are looking at maybe getting a car with them. Maybe you're already a member. So new cars normally give you the best interest rates. And used cars usually, which this is good, 4.39 to 15. Well, not the 15, but the 4.39 starting. That's good, because I think my credit union was, I want to say 3, maybe 3%. That's South Carolina's state credit union. They're headquartered out of Columbia, South Carolina, but they have branches in the upstate as well, where I'm at. I'm in the upstate of South Carolina. So yeah. So if you're looking at a car loan, new or used, you may want to check them out because they do have some good interest rates for some used car loans as well. I think this is good. Usually they start used car loans out like usually over 7% a lot of times, like 6 and 7%. So these are good, in my opinion. They're good. So again, guys, you let me know in the comments if you want me to look at another credit union with you all. They do have a knowledge center, auto calculators, credit calculators, home mortgage calculators. I like when a credit union has education, financial education center. I love that because they're not just, most credit unions, it is about financial education. They are really trying to make sure that you understand the financial streaks, as I always tell you guys, the financial streaks. They even got getting your first credit card, February 25th of 2026. This is a fairly new blog post. Managing your 2025 tax refund. I like when a credit union has educational stuff. Don't be scammed by an ATM scammer. So, and these are recent. So there's like they keep up with their website. That's a good thing. They got all like 256 blogs. So that's good. That's very good. Again, guys, if you want me to go over the business stuff, just let me know in the comments. Looks like they have just the one business platinum rewards credit card. Yeah, looks like that's all they have on there. But yeah, again, I don't want this video to go too long. So if you want me to look at the business stuff, we can look at what they got going on with their business stuff, their checking, credit card savings, whatever, merchant services, which that's good. So let me know again in the comments. I do appreciate it. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share. If you can hype the video up. And if anybody is looking to have some one-on-one consultation time with me, make sure that you either scan the QR code or look in the description, or the website is right there in the banner. I was waiting for it to scroll through for you to see it. So if you do want to do a one-on-one consultation with me, you can go to my website and book and get on my calendar. All righty. I do appreciate it. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Make sure you let me know what credit union you want me to review. Peace out.